All right, we are here. We are here. Meech, how was your day?
Bruh, you don't understand the levels, the levels of pure degeneracy I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, I had to get on my early grind, wake up at 5 a.m. This morning, because I'm ready. Because we know what today was. At the time of this recording, MK1 dropped, and I immediately had to be on that grind. But unfortunately, I had to wait 5 hours, and which double unfortunately mean I have to go to work.
Wow. So imagine working during the week.
I had to really just be at work, just doing the bare minimum. And I'm waiting for that clock to hit, that clock out time to hit, and it just was not happening.
So you had a 5-hour workday?
Yeah.
No. So what ended up happening is I decided to just leave an hour early.
Oh, okay. So
and to get home and be on the grind on Mortal Kombat 1 for like the past 3 hours. If it weren't for this call, I would 100% be on it right now.
Yes.
For all the listeners at home, you should know that Meech's job is a paid actor. It does not truly exist. He tells us he goes to work, but I've never seen this man work. Every other week, the servers are down. The computers are down. They locked us out of the office. It's all excuses. So that's why he's able to do things like this.
And yet I still have money. Yeah, I still have money to afford to be able to just do whatever I want.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to make money that don't require having a job. So,
but yeah, it's called having a job. So in any ways, I'm Demetrius.
I'm Demetrius.
And I'm Paulina.
And we're the
Blerd City
podcast.
All right. So today is actually going to be a really interesting day. As you guys know, today is Mortal Kombat 1 day. I will continue to sing those praises. This game is heat. I've been playing it for the past 3 hours, but that's not exactly the point of today. Today, on this special episode of the podcast, we have the return of the third co-host of the Blerd City podcast, Madam Afro Puff Samurai.
Woo, woo, burr, 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 burr. Y'all know who it is. I had to come back one time for the one time.
After leaving us high and dry after DreamCon because she thought she was her.
Nah, listen, they don't listen to them. They don't be calling me. They be recording and they be telling me like, "Ooh, Paulina, we recorded our podcast." And I'd be like, "I ain't heard nothing. Ain't nobody told me nothing." Okay, that's how they treat me. Okay, guys. So, comment, give them disparaging looks in the comment section wherever this podcast is hosted.
Remember when she said, I'm a paid actor? Apparently she is also. So, because smell all types of cap. But in any case, you know what time it is. This is going to be a special episode because it's mostly going to be hosted by the Afro Puff Samurai, and she apparently has something awesome in store for each of us. And I'm going to be completely honest, I am terrified. But in any case, but before we get into any of that, it's time for that legal spiegel. But because everything is so topsy-turvy these days, Demetrius, take care of my lightweight.
The purpose of this podcast is to explore print and digital media. All respective sources we reference are owned by their respective companies, and our thoughts, opinions are strictly our own and do not reflect any biases or corporate agendas. Your discretion is advised.
All right, thank you. So now comes the point in our podcasting. I was about to say service, like this was church, which is kind of wild. But in any case, this is the time where we talk about what's hot, what's out here in these streets, what's out here in these news that the people needs to know about. And I already said Mortal Kombat 1. That is the one. But in any case, that is that. But hey, what do y'all have for
all right, I can kick it off. So Bungo Stray Dogs, I finally caught up. this season is going crazy. Bungo Stray Dogs is one of the most slept on anime out there. Like this season has been incredible. It's like up there with like the Jujutsu Kaisens and everything. Just like the villain, I'm not going to spoil Poland because I know you're slightly behind. But if you haven't watched Bungo Stray Dogs and you love anime, yo, hop on that right now. So another one that in your kind of realm, Kill Your Darlings finally dropped in the comic book sphere. KLC Press. We got to get the Supple Boys on the podcast one day. With that, Expendables 4 by the time this drops, should be coming out. New trailer for Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese, and also Leonardo DiCaprio. That's gonna be exciting. Then we had the trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom finally dropped after an eternity. So, Meech, how do you feel about that?
Firstly, I was probably not gonna see it regardless because after the Flash, I'm done with DC.
We're definitely not doing a review for.
But in any case, there's only one thing I need to know, and it's a giant, it's the giant turd in the room. You know what I'm saying? So is Amber gonna be in there? And if
I already saw her in the trailer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she's in the trailer.
Yep.
Oh,
definitely not seeing this movie. Okay. All right. So you just know that like what my thoughts about this movie is before it comes out. Hey, spoiler alert. It's hot doo doo. It looked like it really came on the bed. That she really got stung by a bee. You know what I'm saying? And they really got her 15 seconds of fame. But hey. She lost the proceedings.
All right, yeah. Paulina, you got anything?
Yeah. Okay. So I just had to go back because even though I'd be on the internet, I don't know what's going on at any given time. But I've got 3 shows that I'm really looking forward to that are coming out at the end of this month. So if you are a fan of martial arts anime, one of my favorites, and I feel like one of the most brutal ones, Kengan Ashura is finally coming back for season 3. And the animation for some people might be a little off-putting because it's a mix of 2D and 3D, but it's so much fun. I love the story. Really looking forward to that. Second, it's not technically anime, but Castlevania Nocturne is coming out September 28th of this month. And if you have not watched the original series for Castlevania, you've been living under a rock and you're missing out. And from what I've seen for the trailers for this upcoming season, like, honestly, I am really looking forward to it. I hope it's just as brutal and bloody as the original series. And then lastly, and I feel like this is a hidden gem, this is a Chinese anime called Scissor 7. And it is really goofy. It's really silly, but surprisingly, the story is absolutely amazing. So season 4 drops September 21st. So these are some shows that I'm really looking forward to see, and I'll have to add them to my ever-growing watch list.
And 2 quick things. Either this week or next week of this recording, we have Gen V. So continuing along with that line, either it comes out this week or next week, I can't remember. And then the Continental. So check those out.
Oh, that's a John Wick story, right?
Yep.
The John Wick.
Oh, snap. I really don't be paying attention.
Shame. Somebody need to get on that. But yeah, and then in the realm of gaming, as you know, gaming is wild nowadays. I'm just gonna mention it one more time. MK1, legendary Heat, and I'm still only 4 chapters deep. But then also there is Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2 that's gonna be coming out in a month, and then that's gonna bring my MK1 grind to a halt for a little while. Also, Starfield is apparently an amazing and awesome game. I haven't gotten it yet, but from the reviews I've seen, it looks great. And then Baldur's Gate 3 is also another one that, if you haven't played it, what are you doing? I can't get it because I'm broke. But, I'm not broke, but I'm saving my money for another venture. But in any case, we're also missing, Bleach, Year Blood War.
No spoilers, because I haven't watched anything yet.
Oh, well, Okay, I'm only gonna say one thing, and if y'all know, you know, it's a trap. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. And then also we got ourselves One Piece. Not
Yeah, you mean Goat Piece?
we're talking about One
He
Piece.
has it conquered the manga, the anime world, and now the live action. It's Goat Piece.
It's the One Piece, okay. And then what we're gonna talk about here today, when it comes to the One Piece, is how reportedly the creators of the Netflix show want to do 12 seasons, which means that we are going to at least go through 528 episodes if they do it at the same pace they did the first 8 episodes of the series. So, and yes, I did calculate that at literally 44 episodes a season. So if they do 12, then hey, that's the number at, and just from 12 seasons, you're already halfway through One Piece, and that's kind of lit.
Yeah, make it to the time skip.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, hey, if you want to watch One Piece and you're scared of the 1,000 plus episodes, you can either man up and just watch it. You can watch the Netflix series, or as I showed a certain Afro Puff Samurai, this website called One Pace, onepace.com, which literally it just takes all of the episodes and it cuts down all of the filler, cuts down all of the like reactionary shots, and tries to like condense it down as much as humanly possible while still maintaining a story. So that way you're not spending the next 100 years of your life trying to catch up to the show. But that's just me. It's just a resource that's out there for you people, and you still getting the great beats of the story.
Just wrap up what's hot in terms of another goated anime. Attack on Titan is finally finishing the final part of the final season of the final half of the final show. So it's going to drop either November 3rd / November 4th. So get ready, lock in for that. So today in this episode, we are doing, if you read the title, the NewlyWed Game. This kind of like popped up into my head because Meech and I, we were playing code names one day, and our connection,
He's being real bad.
first of all, that first game we were dominating, and then all of a sudden, like, we just messed up one time and our link was broken. So like with that, I was like, hey, we need to get back. We've been taking our friendship for granted. We need to reconnect, and then next time when that happens, running pockets and running face on people.
Domination I need to reclaim my fallen honor. That doesn't involve me committing a bunch of fatalities, okay? But yeah, Afro Puff, take it away.
Yeah. So I will be hosting today's NewlyWed Game, and I guess we can't call it the NewlyWed Game, so we'll have to call it the NewlyMeech Game, since we're dealing with the Meeches. And now I am going to ask each of you a series of questions about the other, and so you will have to answer said questions. And if you are correct, you'll get a point. And my lovely assistant, Luffy, is going to be keeping score for us. And I don't know. I'm not confident he can count because Luffy's not the brightest crayon in the box, but he is the most lovable. But anyway, so those are the general rules. And if you get it wrong, you don't get a point. And if you give an answer and you think that the person, and you get it wrong, but you think that the opposite Meech doesn't know themselves correctly, feel free to argue and prove to that Meech that you know them better than themselves. So I don't know if that made sense, but here we go. We're going to go with our first question. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay.
In theory.
Okay. So let's go to the fallen Shinigami. Okay, this is a question for the Rogue Jedi. What is his favorite Star Wars character?
Wait. What's his favorite Star Wars character?
No, you guys, I thought you knew your names. Meech,
Yes.
I'm asking Demetrius
Okay.
about your favorite.
Okay.
I got me. What is a Rogue Jedi?
Traced it opposite.
Yeah, you really did.
I literally said the same thing.
You phrased it in such a way to make it like, wait, I have to be the one answering? That's crazy.
Okay. His favorite Star Wars character is Darth Vader.
Is that right?
That is absolutely correct.
Yay! Oh my gosh, they are friends, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Big Daddy V.
Yes. Okay. So for the Rogue Jedi,
Mhm.
who is Fallen Shinigami's ultimate waifu?
Oh boy. There's too many options. That's the worst part. There's too many options. Why you have to do that? Like,
Yeah.
I know who yours is. Easy. So
ooh, okay. So I'm stuck between two answers, but I'm gonna go with the one I feel is right. Yoruichi from Bleach.
we just did a whole episode about Hinata. It's Hinata.
Ooh,
See,
ouch.
see how I was gonna phrase, because of the fact I thought it was her as well. But the thing is, I was like, he's a big fan of his big black queens. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Don't turn into a traitor the way you.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was locked in with the queens.
Next question.
Crazy.
Ooh. Wait, so Demetrius, who is Meech's ultimate waifu?
Lady Esda.
Absolutely wrong.
Wow.
That's the episode that was like your secret waifu.
No, I did not.
Pull up the Valentine's Day episode.
No, I said like, okay, she's she's one of my underrated waifus, but she ain't waifu.
All right, who is it?
Woo. Oh man, my ultimate waifu is none other than Hinata.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, you guys will be fighting over Hinata in the Hidden Leaf streets.
So I'm not the only traitor.
Yeah. Dang. No love for the black girls, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad at it. It's just
Blame anime, not us.
Blame anime for the lack of representation.
there is some really, never mind. We're not even gonna get there. Okay. So nobody gets a point. Nobody gets a point. Let's do, I don't want to do an easy one. Okay, so Demetrius, Fallen Shinigami, what super anime power would Meech the Rogue Jedi want?
Is it super powered / and or anime? Because I believe that's how the question's written.
And or you put super or anime power.
I think, is it the symbiote?
From Venom.
Oh,
Yeah. Even I remember this one. We had a whole conversation in the car.
But it's like a lot of evil stuff that he had.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's a villain.
dang, that's crazy. You still think I'm a villain after all this time?
Mm-hmm.
Just because I want to have mass hypnosis doesn't mean I am a villain.
That's villain behavior.
I'm forcing the villains to reform.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mara.
Yeah, literally.
Hey, Mara, misunderstood.
Okay.
He did
Look,
nothing
that's-
wrong.
I didn't know this was a hot take anime or episode. Hold on, let's slow down. Okay. So, Meech the Rogue Jedi.
Mm.
Who is Demetrius's favorite super / anti-hero.
All right. So it's super or anti-hero, right?
Yes.
Specifically from comics, right? Or
that is
from
not
anime or
fine.
Dang.
Yeah, that makes it really difficult.
You thinking too hard.
Am I though? Am I? Because
Probably.
there's a whole lot of action going on right now in my brain because there's so many avenues I can take it down. Whoo! All right.
You said you're taking too long.
Okay. All right. So in terms of anti-heroes, I'm gonna have to go with good old-fashioned Red Hood.
No.
Or Venom.
No. It's super / anti-hero. It's Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you said like it was supposed to be anti-hero.
It was like a slash and
/ anti-hero.
Well, he ain't no anti-hero. He was straight up just gonna phrase it like on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all got one right. Demetrius has the only right answer, but
it's the way these questions were sent in.
Yeah. Hey. I'm looking at some of the authors right now.
We sent it in.
Yeah.
The next question.
Okay.
Like somebody has a problem with the way he's phrasing the questions.
Yeah. Okay. So, Demetrius, what character is Meech fighting in the streets on site?
Oh my God. What kind of question is this?
Yeah.
Dang it. See, I'm gonna say an answer and we're gonna argue about it, but I feel like it's correct. Sakura.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer. But it's incorrect.
God damn.
It's Griffith.
Oh my God.
Well, that's fair.
You didn't talk about Berserk like that though.
It's Griffith. It's always gonna be Griffith. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's always gonna be Griffith.
Oh my gosh.
On site every day. And you know the reason why we can't talk about Berserk on this show, because we're trying to keep it we're trying to keep it nicely rated.
Keep our sponsors.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Okay, Meech. What house would Demetrius be in for Hogwarts? What's Demetrius's Hogwarts house? There you go.
Okay, so this man's clearly no Hufflepuff, and he ain't a Ravenclaw.
Oh.
But the thing is he a menace like me and in Slytherin? Nah, I'm feeling very, very Gryffindor-esque. But at the end of the day, let me try to lock it in. All right. So his general energy, his general vibes, I'm getting strong Gryffindor. Getting strong Gryffindor. That's my final answer.
I took the test years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna guess Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Hufflepuff? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta relook what their alignments are. It might have changed over time, but I was Hufflepuff the last time.
Yeah.
Years ago. So, yeah, I mean, he could very well be a Gryffindor now.
I could very well be, but we won't know after the recording.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it turns out he's a Gryffindor post episode, I get my point. I'm just saying.
Okay, that is fair. Okay. Demetrius, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. I keep wanting to say Meech. Yes. So Demetrius, who is Meech's favorite anime villain?
Pain.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Don't do that.
That's a very, very good answer. He's my strong number 2.
Oh my God.
Is it Madara?
You know good and well it's not Madara.
It's not?
Oh, I know who it is.
Well, you already locked it in.
Stay here.
Who is it?
You filthy mortals. Goku Black.
I knew it was Goku.
Oh.
After. I'm so mad at myself. That's who we picked in the anime villain draft.
That was my first.
Yes.
Oh my.
Even before we started this call, I did the Goku Black
Oh,
been talking about paying for so long that it like
yeah,
it's Goku's life. I'm so mad.
yeah. Each does make a lot of pain references, but anyway, okay. So, uh, this might be a little bit too broad, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because I think it's a fun question. So, Meech, what is Demetrius's most hated franchise?
Most hated. Whoa.
Yeah,
Hey, yo, what type of
I know, I'm super broad. That one is one I came up with on the fly. So,
what?
yeah, I know, right?
How do I? I feel like this is rigged.
How?
Good luck.
Okay. Most hated franchise. The thing that he almost never sings his praises of. Woo! All right. So let me just go down this list, right? All right. So John Wick is clearly out. Equalizer's clearly out. Halloween is out. Venom's out. Spider-Man's out. The MCU's out. Is specifically like movie franchise, book franchise, just any franchise? Like what's
Go movies. You have a better chance.
all right, let's go movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. DCEU.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
After the Flash, it's definitely the DCEU.
That's yeah. Okay.
Because
Okay.
we're both under the same mind on that one.
If I didn't think about it, it would have been Avatar, but it's DCEU.
Yeah. Okay. So Meech, you get a special bonus question. So okay. I don't know. I have no context for this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What is the most number of dashed or solid lines he had that Demetrius had at the same time?
You have to ask it the other way.
No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So Meech, so this is not a Meech bonus question. This is a Demetrius bonus question. Meech, wait, oh my gosh, you guys are named the same. I just asked that of Meech, but I need to ask that of Demetrius.
Yes.
Okay. So Demetrius, what is the most number of dashed or solid lines you had at the same
That Meech had.
that Meech had at the same time? Oh my gosh.
Okay. So this is gonna be fun. I know one for sure. Then I know a second because one of them kept flipping, and then I know the second, and then there was a third, but it wasn't associated with you. But it's at the same time. So I think it's 4 at the same time.
He's correct. It was 4.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid to ask what these lines meant.
Not talking about that.
Yeah.
The amount of things, the amount of context within that
Yeah.
alone. There is a whole entire anime just on its own. That's all I can say about that.
Wow. That's crazy. So you got 2 points for that. This is a bonus question. Okay. Now it's back to Meech. You need a special bonus question, but I don't know what to say. So I'll give you a potentially easy one. Where is it? What degree did Demetrius get in undergrad? And this is the bonus part. 2 points. What is his alma mater?
His alma mater is Virginia Tech. My bad. But in terms of his degree, I'm trying to remember which engineering it was. Was it architectural engineering?
No, it's just
Dang.
no. My undergrad is physics, and then I got the engineering in grad school.
Yeah. Wrong. But you did get 1 point, I think.
Yeah, I got 1, and then I technically should got 2 because I got
It's not architectural engineering, I can tell you that.
Nah, yeah.
half points.
No, not at all. Okay. Let's do Demetrius. What is Meech's favorite color?
Favorite color?
Yep.
Oh man, I feel like I'm meeting you for the first time on a date or something. What am I supposed to guess with that? Maroon.
But maroon.
He's an Aggie.
Oh, that's fair.
That's very fair.
But yeah.
What is it?
Can I guess? Because I'm pretty sure it's blue.
And you are way off.
You wear blue all the time. He's wearing blue now, guys. Yes.
You quite literally are wearing blue.
And I'm wearing blue. That's crazy. Nah, but it's actually crimson red.
That's fair.
Blood red.
Because he's a villain, guys.
No, not because I'm a villain. It's because I like fire, okay?
Yep. All about the murder. But I mean, not the murder because we don't want to lose our sponsors, but the Shadow Realm sending. So hold on. Okay. I think we got we actually might not have 4 more questions in the tank, but Meech, what is Demetrius's favorite? I ask this favorite anime? Did I ask that already?
You did not ask that.
Okay, yeah. What's his favorite anime?
Favorite anime. Judging by the poster on the back, and for the sheer fact that technically this is not that technically my second choice is not an anime, Bleach.
Yes, that is correct. Bleach is my favorite anime. Can I guess this?
Yes.
See, I feel like I'm going to say it and you're going to be like, oh, but it's not. But it's going to be like a close number 2. Is it Trapped in a Dating Sim?
That's my number 1, baby.
Yes, go.
Yup.
Season 2, baby.
Oh my gosh, that's a new one too. Okay.
Immediately climbed to the tops. Hit my soul.
Oh, okay.
Hit my soul.
Never. Maybe, does that mean I should watch it or I shouldn't watch it? I don't know how to do about that. Okay. Okay.
You will.
So, Meech, or we're back to Meech. What is Demetrius's favorite movie?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
You don't do all these.
His favorite movie
Yep.
of all time.
Yeah.
Like no specific category.
Yeah.
See, this is a setup. I knew this was set up.
You might have the answer if you think hard about the podcast.
See, and that's the thing. I think hard about this podcast, and I think hard about the thwips, and just how much this man means to you. But then there was that one episode that that was still controversial to this day, and how realistically it should have been number 1, and then we just wilded out for no reason. Remember the Titans?
No. But you were on the right episode, though. The winner of that episode is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh my, Space Jam.
Yes.
So close, but yet so far.
It's because he ranked it as his number 1 in that tournament.
Yes, it was number 1, but I was being objective about Space Jam, and then we got close to the finals, and I was like, yo, I love Space Jam so much. You guys are definitely going to kick it out, but I'm going to vote for it because I love it. And you were like, no, I'm voting for Space Jam over Rocky. And we were
wow. So I think this might be the last question, but I'll ask it for both of you. Okay, Demetrius, if Meech could be reincarnated into any anime world, what would it be?
Trapped in a Dating Sim?
No. Oh. Send me to Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Wow, okay.
Oh, that's safe. That's a safe option. Okay. Meech, same question.
Okay. So for yours, because of who you are and because your ability to I would say to the world of reincarnated as a slime.
Heck no. They got demon lords in that.
Oh yeah.
Which one's yours?
I don't know what it would be. It's definitely not that.
I was gonna say, definitely not Attack on Titan.
No, heck no.
No.
All right, we get a point just for on the virtue of not Attack on Titan.
I'll allow it.
All right, so tally them up. Who we're probably
Funny enough, with that extra point, you guys are tied. Yeah, that's really funny.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's not like we had a high number.
Yeah, no, you 4.
Yep, sounds about right.
4 out of like,
I would say actually I should have 5 when his Pottermore results come in.
okay. I still think that he's gonna land in Hufflepuff, but that's my outside perspective. So
All right, cool. So with that, now that we kind of got to know each other better,
yeah.
we learn from our mistakes and what we get wrong. So now we have more knowledge than we started with. But with that, we're going to go into a sponsor break. And then when we come back, since this was kind of a short episode, we're going to have our random musings. So our sponsor for the day is The Power of Friendship. Have you ever been in a tough situation and didn't think you'd make it? Facing an OP villain that's trained for eons for their revenge? Here at The Power of Friendship, we provide you with resources and friends you need to make it through. From tsunderes like Bakugo to weirdos like Bachira, we got what you need to succeed. P.S. Hiring for any reasons related to romantic relationships is strictly prohibited. All right, so now we're back. So something that we've done before with an OVA, we have our random musings. So with that, we give like just a random thought that we have, something to like quickly bring up, talk about that we're kind of like, that's on our mind. So what do you guys got?
Okay, so I have one, and I think like this is just a topic that is just a little fun, a fun thing to discuss over, and I think it's just like really hilarious. So, if this like let's say this anime character gets arrested for their crimes and gets put on trial, who gets the like who do you think would get the worst sentence in anime? It's open-ended.
That's interesting.
That's hard.
Well, I want to put Hisoka, but technically he hasn't done anything. Provable.
Talk about it.
Regardless of how we feel about this character, Eren Yeager has destroyed half the world. He has to go on trial, regardless of what we feel about him being right or wrong.
Not. So this is why
Nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong.
I feel like I don't even feel like he would make it to trial because he would die in a blaze of glory. Like I'm thinking of Hitler. Like Hitler did all those crimes and he never was on trial because he unalived himself before then. So while I don't know if Eren would do that, go to that extreme, what I do think is that there would be some crazy thing that would happen and he wouldn't end up on trial. But that's really hard. Who needs to do time? Arrested for their crimes. Oh my gosh, there's too many anime for me to think.
Tucker.
Oh yeah, child abuse. Yeah, that's real bad. Ghetto.
Oh,
Ghetto, yeah. Ghetto, yeah. He's real bad. Or even oh gosh, there's so many villains. My original thought was going to be Doflamingo Don Quixote, but unfortunately, I don't think he fits the demographic of someone who is actually going to go to prison for their crimes. I know he's got a good lawyer.
that's true.
And he's too charismatic. Yeah.
So I'm surprised nobody brought up Dio Brando.
I thought about it, but like to the left, like if you actually think about what he did, he's a menace, but like it's not to that extent of like world destroyer, even though he has the power to like take over the world.
Listen, the fact that he menaced the whole family for generations, I think
But they stopped him at every turn.
he still
Stayed in the family.
he did.
Oh.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch it. So,
Both got taken out.
oh, wait. I just thought of an even better one. Orochimaru. He
Under the jail.
is a creep.
Under the jail.
His punishment is what happened to him in Boruto.
Like everybody else.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so he actually got the worst punishment. That's crazy.
That's true.
Yeah, he lived.
Yeah.
You don't know Hanma.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because he done did too much. Somebody needs to stop this man.
All right. For my random musing, my thing is sticking in the anime sphere. How far will the anime revolution go? So all of us have been in the trenches with, we weren't just in the trenches, we were digging the trenches for anime our entire lives. Like we were around when like you would get picked on for loving anime. So kind of with that, we've seen it blow up again, like I mentioned multiple times in the past 10 to 13 years with the kind of the exploding of Attack on Titan. That's kind of when it was like okay to like love anime. And then in the past 3 to 5 with just like Jujutsu Kaisen, definitely Demon Slayer, even My Hero to an extent where it's like the explosion of anime has occurred. So I kind of just wonder where it's going next because obviously like different streaming services like we talked about Afro Puff where it's like they're picking it up different animes and not only just like picking it up but creating, and then like even Netflix, like My Happy Marriage, which is an incredible anime if people haven't seen it, like they're doing weekly shows now and just because of the streaming wars and stuff like that. So I wonder how big anime is going to get before it kind of reaches the MCU point, Meech, where it's just like it kind of starts to turn. I think we're a ways away from it. I think if we were to compare it to the MCU, it's like around Ultron level at this moment, but just kind of like going there in terms of like explosion and getting to the big point. Because like we're about to reach the end of Attack on Titan. Demon Slayer probably got 3 to 4 more years of that, depending on how they choose to release it. So we'll see how big it gets before, you know, people start to turn. Oh, yes.
Chainsaw Man, yeah. I honestly, it does make me happy that there are more anime fans, but with more people involved, like liking something, I see more random weird arguments about things that are like endemic to anime that like people that it irks me when new anime fans bring it up. Like I'll give you an example. Like people were upset about Sanji's character and his being a womanizer when they started because of the live action and they got into the anime and they're just like he's insert some sort of phobic or whatever. And so that kind of stuff I don't like. I kind of want it to go back to being underground, but I know that there's so many more perks with things being mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think we're, like you say, we're at Ultra. I think we're somewhat kind of encroaching upon the plateau. Like we're kind of encroaching at that point. I think like main reason for that is there's actually was a whole case in point where Dragon Con, this was like a whole convention that happened like a couple months ago, and apparently the whole entire vibe was just horrendous. Like people were just like all the anime folks were super weird, and like the experience was not great for almost anybody involved. And like and with the rate that anime has been going these days, with like not only just like what shows have been coming out and what platforms they're coming out on, because you gotta remember Hulu is now an anime hub as well. Alongside again like Netflix, Hulu is now in the game. It's only a matter of time before before Peacock gets in on the game.
Oh gosh.
And HBO Max, I believe, has every Studio Ghibli movie. So
Exactly. So that means like the widespread availability of anime is about to reach a critical juncture. And it's because of that now everybody's getting access to it, especially the folks that realistically shouldn't get access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I also think is that I think I agree with Meech's point, because honestly, when you look at the quality of some of the shows that are being released, like they're not good quality. Like hey, if you like this anime, that is 100% okay. But why are we having shows like Reincarnated in a New World as a vending machine?
Thank you.
I'm just like, listen,
Season 2.
the more you try to churn out and pump out because that genre is popular, the worse they're gonna be. And like and my watch list is like miles long. But like there's been these past couple seasons, like I'm excited for some returning shows, but like some of the new ones, I'm just like, I don't want to watch this. Like, this doesn't even sound appealing. So I think that the reason why, and I think that reason is because the market now is so overly saturated, and there's this high demand that they're turning, like, I don't want to say they're turning almost anything into like an anime, or they're taking any story up, but sometimes it does feel like that. And I think that is because it's so popular. But I think this drop in quality that is inevitable. Like, unfortunately, like they don't renew the shows that are really, really great, but they do renew the really crazy ones. So I think that like people are just kind of gonna fall off.
Backstreet Girls.
Never heard of that.
Rental Girlfriend season 3 somehow.
Oh yeah. There, gosh, it's almost embarrassing. Yeah, it's really bad. But I saw there's this anime called Reincarnated as the Eighth Son, and then I just saw another one. It's new. It's just like Reincarnated as the Seventh Son. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, the villainous one has like 4 or 5 different seasons and like a few spinoffs.
Well, the villain, like the original one, was really good. I love that. All those other ones, I'm just like, guys, stop. You got 1 or 2, and now it's not new, and I know exactly what's gonna happen.
All right. Meech, you got anything else before we transition to...
Oh, wait, I want a random musing.
Yeah, I was asking if you had anything else before you get to.
Oh,
we covered everything. I don't have musing.
Sorry. Okay. So this is gonna be a hot take, but I feel like, or maybe it won't be, but I feel like for a lot of anime discussions, when we talk about strength of character, like the whole power scaling argument is like, I think it's dumb. I think power scaling in which character is going to beat Goku is really dumb. And I don't understand why that is a conversation that persists in the anime sphere. And I'd like to get your guys' thoughts.
That is not a hot take at all. This is actually something that it's kind of becoming a cancer in the anime fandom, because you can't just enjoy a show without people trying to think like, all right, who gonna beat Goku? Realistically, it's gonna be no one. But in any
One Punch Man can beat Goku.
We're not getting into this talk today. But in any case, like again, there's just been major, like, Death Battle. We all know Death Battle, and we all know the hot takes that they take, and just power scaling in general. It's like, it's not just anime that it's the problem with. It is comics, it is movies, it infecting the entire fandom, and it's becoming so bad that that it's just terrible. So, like in any case, like there are many like controversial figures in the power scaling community, and it's just not getting better.
Question. Why why do you guys think that is a conversation that continues to persist?
Well, I think it's no different than like who's better than who's the best NBA player of all time, LeBron or Michael Jordan or LeBron and Kobe, or like, well, there's not really a who's best actor of all time, but something in that sphere where it's like you're so die hard and like you're in their corner, and like if like someone says they're better than them, it's like you're so offended. And I like realized like a few years ago in terms of like the basketball thing, it's like I don't get paid by any of these people and they don't care about me at all. So like I'm not going to waste like my time and energy like arguing about that, but just kind of with that, I think that's one big reason for it, where it's just like you're so entrenched in your camp for someone to be like admitted as better is like an offense to you almost.
Yeah, it's like it's so weird to me because I feel like there are so many different conversations we can have about an anime that have nothing to do with who's stronger than who. And I feel like the most interesting things about the characters, like even in terms of like some fighting anime, like I would much rather like fighting style comes into play. And then also what I feel like no one ever takes into account are the like the differences in the universe and how those powers are like how different powers can stack up realistically next to one another. And honestly, I feel like it's mostly impossible to have about a completely balanced talk. So yeah, I don't like power scaling, and I wish I would stop seeing that in TikTok comments.
Fortunately, it's gonna persist. Especially when there's whole things like the versus wiki that's still being updated to this day.
Yeah,
All things like that.
touch a graph, guys. Don't do that.
I think also what like hurts on it, like you don't take into account the artistic flair of a power scaling system like demons. You've read the manga, Meech. So I've heard that the manga, like their powers that we see with the swords aren't necessarily real. It's like an artistic representation of it.
That's literally what it is. Even the creator has confirmed that what you see is not actually happening.
Yeah, so kind of with that. So like if you were to say someone else that was like a sword user that actually has fire, it's not comparable in a sense to it. So I don't think that we always take into account for that, where it's like some shows they're fighting and power scaling is more artistic than it is just purely, oh, let's throw hands.
And also don't forget and as you say, like certain verses are just not built to equip with dealing with other verses, because you may have stuff like Star Wars, for example, and they're like very, very specific in like a certain playing field. But then when you start trying to just brute force like things like, oh yeah, let's add some Naruto scaling in there, and you already lost the plot.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
All right. So with that, we had our Newly podcast game, NewlyMeech, as Paulina said. Random musings is something that you can think in. If you want to email us later, which we'll get to in our plugs, you can like send that in, DM us about just like things that you have about the podcast that like kind of thought up in the realm of nerddom. So with that, we're going to get into any recommendations and then plugs.
Starting with
me? Okay. Yes. So Meech reminded me of them because before he removed his blue shirt. But if you are looking for some really awesome anime merch, check out the Otaku Academy Instagram or web store. They have every month or so, they do a special drop of for a specific either a show or like a like power user. So like me and Meech just got jerseys from their fire users drop. And when I tell you quality is amazing, the like look of them, like you could like wear them anywhere. And they're very clearly anime, but they're subtle enough that like honestly it just looks like you're wearing a fire jersey. So if you're looking for some, and for any of our non-sports fan anime listeners, you could blend in with other sports users because they look like baseball jerseys or a football jersey or anything like that. So Otaku Academy, they are, well, tonight at 9, I think, is the last time to order anything from their Bleach drop. So definitely check them out.
Nice. Recommendations that I have, just anything that we talked about in the What's Hot that you can check out. Obviously, like, again, the Continental and Gen V, we're going to lock in. And then obviously Meech MK1. Like, that's what you're about to be doing as soon as we get off the pod. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then for me, all right, we also, as you mentioned, MK1, I'm about to hop on this thing. But also, I do want to mention how, well, at the time of this recording, it's going to be the next day. But by the time you're hearing it, it already happened, which is the first drop of DreamCon tickets. I will be trying to procure my ticket for the upcoming year. So I'll let y'all know, like, on the next episode whenever that happened. Also, another big recommendation is Ahsoka. Like, by the time you're listening to this episode, our episode on Ahsoka, episode 5, is already dropped. And I gotta tell you that this was probably the wildest conversation I've ever had. Because there will be tears. There were tears. There were probably some people, a certain individual, we're not gonna name names, who may have made some wild accusations, some wild theories, and were completely wrong about it. And just general discussions like that. So just be aware of that. If you haven't listened to it yet, do it.
All right. So, yeah.
Get into our plugs. Instagram, X account, which is formerly known as Twitter, and then our threads, Blerd City 22. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good jazz. Stay up to date when we release updated episodes. Next is our Instagram, and I mean, not our Instagram. The next thing on our list, right, is our YouTube and our Patreon, which is under Blerd City Pod. If you want to donate a few cheddar, donate a couple extra bucks, you get access to very exclusive content, like our character analysis on my second favorite villain, my favorite Naruto villain, Nagato Uzumaki, aka Pain, aka him. And then afterwards, we have ourselves the Discord linked in our Instagram page. Come join a fantastic community of degenerates. Moving on, we have ourselves our email, blerdcity22@gmail.com. That's where he mentioned, like, you want to send your thoughts about upcoming episodes, want to send your opinions about certain things, send questions for any Q&As that we have, and all of the sundry things. Go ahead, hit us up on there. Finally, I'm the Rogue Jedi 21 on TikTok. However long we got TikTok left, because I don't know how, because we may never know when that site gets shut down like they did Vine. And that's all from me. What y'all got?
Alina.
So you can follow me on social media. I've got Instagram, TikTok, and I'm thinking about making a Threads account because I just be wanting to say stuff sometimes. But my handle is Paulina_what. I don't be posting, but you can follow me. And send me a message if you just want to talk anime or anything like that. I also really love science, so follow me on there. Yeah.
Cool. For my individual author pages, we have my Instagram, Metri_dash. That is METRI_DASH. For my X, we have at the Mad-16. And if you're interested in my book, Phantom Pains, The Most Irregular Tale, you can catch that on Amazon or Kindle. Hoping to drop the sequel early next year. So next week, we will be having one of our friends on, Donovan, the Dynamic Double D. With that, we're going to be discussing his comic book, Alien Stole My Heart. And so we're just going to go into that, his kind of process as a creator and different things like that. So really tap in, want to support that. So now we can get into words of encouragement. What do y'all have?
Let me think. There comes a time, and this is what I've been learning recently, where people might not like you, or they might have always be constantly like criticizing you or have something negative to say about you. But there comes a time where you realize that you can't please them, and that honestly, whatever issues that they might have with you are actually issues that they have within themselves. So if you're facing any kind of extreme criticism, persecution, bullying, or anything like that, take heart in knowing that it says a lot more about you, about them, than it does about you. And you can like, once you realize that it's their problem, like, you are free to just let go and be yourself, because like, you can't change their opinion of you. So don't let their criticism and their discouragement keep you from being the light that you are and the amazing person that you are.
It's funny because I know who you're talking about. All right, so I'll go and then Meeches can wrap us up. So with that, my words of encouragement is that, some people, or most of us, have a lot of really great people around us, great friendships. Don't take those friendships for granted. The people that, your closest friends, as I've heard a comedian said, you can take over the world with. One of my standards of friendship is, can I rob a bank with you? So just like really appreciate the people that you got, because I have 2 people that I can rob a bank with right now on this call. So yeah, take it, because you don't know how long you have them, and you don't know like how much it means until after they're gone. So Meech.
Yep, and that's hilarious, because mine is actually going to be similar to Paulina's, which is be unapologetically be yourself. And essentially, like, what do I mean by that? It's like, despite whatever criticism people may say about you, be yourself. Be the authentic, real version of yourself, and the right people will come in. Be the hero that you feel that you are. Be the villain that you feel that you are. The right people will come into your life, either to steward you into the best version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, you may think you can do it all alone, but you realistically can't. You're gonna need others to elevate you to heights unseen, so that way the world will be mine. But in any case, yes, unapologetically be yourself, so that other people can come in and help elevate you to the best version of yourself. So as we wrap up today, I just gotta let you guys know, hey, it's not goodbye forever, but it's goodbye for now. And that's the Blerd City Podcast.
See ya later.
Bye, guys.